Many times as recovering people pleasers, we have this notion that we're going to set a boundary with somebody and they're going to heed that boundary and everything is going to be swimmingly wonderful and we're going to both be dancing around through the days, so happy. And that doesn't happen because boundaries are not as easy as people make them out to be. We want them to be one and done, but yet we tend to get pushback from other people. And in this episode today, I want to talk to you guys about something I feel is really crucial. It's something that's so important to understand when you start to set and maintain healthy boundaries, because they're not always going to go the way we think they were going to go. So if you're new here, my name is Kristen Brown. I help people recover from people pleasing. I help people heal from toxic relationships, but mostly I help people heal their inner world so that they can attract and create the most improved, beautiful, glorious, wonderful outer world. So if you're new here, I invite you to subscribe and turn on notifications. So let's get started. The thing that I want to share with you guys today is really important. It's vital to understand this little piece of information on this journey as recovering from people pleasing and starting to learn to respect and honor yourself by really setting and maintaining healthy boundaries. The reason why I say maintaining is because I'm a person that in the past, I could set a boundary, no problem. I could say, hey, that's not okay. This is what I need for you to do instead to respect me. But then it didn't happen, and found myself like a repeating pattern saying the same things because I assumed that it was going to be one and done, because I'm a recovering people pleaser. So boundaries that other people set with me were typically one and done. Someone would say something like, oh, I'm never going to do that again. But then I noticed that wasn't happening with people in my life. So when we start to set and maintain healthy boundaries, there's something you need to know. And that is, unlike people pleasing, where we tend to get instant gratification for our people pleasing, we are likely not going to get instant gratification when it comes to setting boundaries. Here's why. When we are a people pleaser, we are bending and morphing and shifting and adjusting ourselves, turning into chameleons to get gratification from the outside world. We want to see a smile on someone's face. We want to see the approval. We want to feel love from somebody because that is our hidden neediness and desperation. The fact that we don't love, approve of, and accept ourselves, that we're hoping to get that from the outside world. And typically we will get instant gratification because if we see something's not going the way that we want it to go, we immediately adjust and course correct to try to please them somehow. And then we can feel that instant gratification. However, when we start to set and maintain healthy boundaries, we don't often get instant gratification. In fact, we get the opposite. For some people that are so used to us being a certain way, conforming to them, doing what they want us to do, meeting all of their needs and wants and putting ours aside, they're used to us being a certain way. Now we're changing the game on them and they are not going to like it at first. At first, we might get pushback. Now, this doesn't mean that your person is awful or they're toxic or anything like that. Some of the people that I love the most have given me the most pushback. However, it wasn't their pushback that I needed to focus on. It wasn't that I needed to express it again or louder or stronger or be mean or do something to meet that energy of the pushback. What I needed to do was stay firmly rooted in that boundary, in a place of calm, assertive confidence, knowing that this boundary is for me. This is what I need to do to respect and protect my sacred self so that I can love me and I can move forward in a really great energetic space. But like I said, people don't always conform at first. And being that we're breaking out of that people-pleasing pattern of wanting that instant gratification of feeling liked, approved of, loved, or the attention that we might get from that person, we're going to be in a space that we don't get that. And that can be kind of shocking to the system at first because we're breaking out of an old pattern. We're moving into the unknown. And I think it is vitally important for you to understand that just because you're not getting that instant gratification back from them does not mean that you are wrong. Your boundary that is rooted in respect and protection and love of self is always right. And it's not only right for you, but it is right for everybody else because it is rooted in the highest essence and energy of love. And anything that is rooted in love will serve the collective. So when I first started getting pushback, it made me feel like I was doing something wrong. It made me feel guilty. It made me feel like I needed to go back to that old way of being. When I learned not to do that, when I learned to hold that line and to stay that course, what happened is that the people who loved me and wanted to stay in my life, they began to learn and grow themselves, because anytime we need to set a boundary with somebody is typically because that person is not coming from their highest self. So by setting a boundary with someone, what happens is they get the opportunity to look at themselves and to shift, heal, grow, evolve something inside of themselves so that they can be actually moving into their higher essence and energy as well. So instant gratification, you got to wipe that off the map. You're not going to get instant gratification. I mean, I shouldn't say that collectively across the board, because there might be some people in your life that say, okay, yes, I understand that. And you're like, oh, okay, good. Or they thank you. There's some people that might say, thank you, I have a habit of this or that, and I'm really trying to break that habit. That could happen too. But likely it doesn't happen, because the people that we have to set the boundaries with are the people that have repeatedly been our energetic offenders for quite some time, and they're used to it. They're used to doing the thing that they're doing. They are in a pattern and a habit themselves. But when you can set and maintain that boundary and not wait for that instant gratification, to know that the gratification is going to come later, after a while, after they shift that thing inside of themselves, and then they start showing up to you in a way that is respecting you in the way that you want to be respected, you're going to notice a peace in not only you, but in them as well. Because anytime somebody grows and goes higher, there's a good energetic feeling around that. So the relationship can get more cohesive, it can be more comfortable, and it can be more joyful. So for those of you out there that are like, oh my God, my boundaries aren't working, this is driving me crazy, and it's just making me more upset, I invite you to pause and to remember that your boundary that is rooted in love of you, this doesn't mean you're trying to control somebody or manipulate somebody. It has to do with love of you, is always going to serve everybody involved. So I hope you guys got a lot from this video today. If you did, I super hope that you give me a really big thumbs up. Don't forget to share with someone you love, and please leave a comment. I love reading all your comments. All right, you guys, until next time, remember, you matter. Now go love yourself and set those awesome boundaries.